When we think about cities, cities have evolved over hundreds or thousands of years to become a place where we live, a place where we work. And actually, when you think about what a city is, it's a collection of discrete, disconnected systems. And one of the problems that we have with cities today is that the information from all those systems is not shared. Systems are really disconnected. We don't really understand how to optimize at the system of systems level. And for us, smart cities is all about taking the information from all those systems and starting to optimize the capabilities that each system has across those systems. So let's take a real example. Let's take the example of somebody wanting to fix a gas main or a water main. The water main's broken, the water company comes out, fixes it, and then a week later, the gas company does its maintenance in the same hole, creating another hole. And then a week later, the electricity company comes and digs the same hole again. Why couldn't they have done it once? Why couldn't we just had one hole and everybody shared that hole to do their own maintenance? Now that's what a smarter city would do. It would start to share the information on what maintenance was needed for each of those different systems, and we'd be able to do it once. Another great example is transportation. If I'm traveling from A to B across a city, how do I decide whether I take a train, whether I take a bus or a taxi? What's the most efficient, effective way at that moment in time? Now, we can't take that decision because real-time information is not pooled and shared. And a smarter city is one which leverages all the information from all the systems, pulls it together, and it makes more efficient decisions both for the government and the citizens alike. So if I try to summarize what we mean by a smarter city, it's the cities that are being innovative to start to think about how they optimize the use of resources, of energy, or provide services in a more efficient and effective way. So how's IBM helping cities become smarter? Well, we've got to start by thinking about the cities that want to become smarter. City leaders who recognize the importance of attracting and retaining the best talent, the best graduates from the best universities to come and set their homes up in those cities, to work in businesses in those cities. So we're working with about 300 cities around the world and really partnering with them to define what does smarter mean for you. If we take Stockholm, we're working with Stockholm to redefine what intelligent transportation means for them. So they've got a dependable means of traveling from one part of the city to another part of the city. If we take Debik as another example, we're working with them to look at how they can provide much more efficient, effective energy. If we take Malta as another example, Malta, we're looking at smarter water provision. So how do we combine energy provision and water provision to create a much more efficient water and energy system to all the citizens in Malta? So one of the key things that we're doing in many of these smart cities projects is to forge new private-public partnerships where we start to draw the expertise from the academic community, from the city officials, the city administration, and commercial enterprises to really accelerate and drive that transformation to become the smarter city. So how can a city become smarter? It's got to start by really understanding what smarter means to them. And each city's in a different place. They're all unique, they've got different sets of challenges. Some are crumbling because their core businesses are being decimated. And smarter for them is about building new skills and new capabilities to allow their citizens to be prosperous and find new ways of employment. If we start to think about how cities can make much more efficient use of their resources, the scarce resources they have, whether it's water, whether it's the minerals, whether it's solar power, the whole range of resources that they have, by making more efficient and optimal use of those, not only are they driving down the cost of providing services, but they're also making the place much more competitive. They're making it much more attractive to inward investment, to new businesses, and new talent to come and want to live there and work there. Cities that take on and implement these smarter systems will not only be able to make their systems more effective, the cities themselves will become much more sustainable. They'll be much more able to ride the tide of turbulent times as we go through these cost-cutting times, but they'll also be much more prosperous. They'll be able to create that sustainable wealth for their citizens and their businesses. Please visit the IBM SkillsTour to get a really good understanding of IBM Smart Cities initiative.